Hi team, Jono here from Capital Edge, and there's not just a treat for me today, there's a treat for you. The treat for me is I'm here in Scarborough in beautiful sunny weather. I know you'll be jealous if you're watching this from Melbourne, but I'm here with Simon from You and Me, and what they are is they're buyers advocates and agents that help people buy their own home. Now this is a bit of a new space in Australia where people are getting used to it, but it's absolutely worth its weight in gold for the time you can spend trying to find your own home, dealing with agents, understanding the market. So we're going to hear from Simon now. So great to meet you over here.
Thanks, Jono. Thanks for having me on, and welcome to all the Capital Edge viewers. Co-founder of You and Me Personalised Property Services, and thanks for the warm introduction. As Jono said, we are buyers advocates, buyers agents, and we specialise in representing the buyer in any transaction, whether it be a established apartment, home, large acreage, or even huge, development sites up to 250 units. It's what we've specialised in. I've been in real estate for 26 years. Started when I was 18. I'm 44 now. We deliver our work with an absolute passion. But like you said, it's the buyer's agent space is relatively unknown. I'd spent a little bit of time in New York about 15 years ago, and 95% of every single transaction that happens in New York will involve a selling agent and a broking agent. And then when I came back to Australia, I was like, I can't believe people are going and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, in some cases millions of tens of millions of dollars on property where they are basing all of their advice from someone that's legally representing the other party.
That makes 100% sense because, yeah, they're protected by their agent. And as a buyer, we just think we can do it by getting on realestate.com, ringing an agent with no real experience in real estate and negotiating the best deal.
Yeah, so let's play it through. Like, okay, so I'm in Victoria and I'm looking in Perth, and we've just heard Scarborough. Scarborough's coastal. Scarborough looks gorgeous. Let's have a look there. And I ring up John, the selling agent, and say, hey, John, I've found this beautiful property that you've got for sale. It looks really, really nice. Can you tell? Oh, well, it is really, really nice, Simon. And oh, what do you think the value's worth? Well, look, we're asking north of 600,000, but I think if you put in an offer of around 660, you're going to be in a really, really good stead. And you're thinking, wow, what a lovely selling agent this guy is. He's telling me everything I need to do to buy the property. But what you don't know is, if you'd come through us, you could have got that same property for 620,000. Or what you don't know is if you'd come through us, we would have said, no, you can't buy that property because of this encumbrance or this easement, or there's projected planning that's actually going to happen, and those views that he's talking about, they're not going to be there in 3 years' time, which is what you're paying for right now. The buying cycle has never been more important, in my opinion, with inflation and interest rate rises, understanding different property cycles. So Victoria had such a great run with its property market for so long a period. Now it's about understanding, well, what do I do with the wealth that I created in Victoria? Do I sit there and wait for the market to change, or do I look to increase my portfolio and increase my wealth by looking at different regions? And if you're looking at something established and you want someone that has an inundate understanding of the Perth market, well, myself and Heath Bassett, we specialise in it. Like your business, Jono, we're big on relationships. We only work with 50 clients a year, and our clients only ever work with myself and or the co-founder and Heath Bassett.
And I think that's massively important. And you mentioned areas. Now, if someone's looking to buy an existing home, what areas do you cover? Where can they get help from You and Me?
Okay, so really good question. We service Western Australia north all the way to Lancelin, and south all the way to the Margaret River winery region. So we do service a lot of areas in the Perth and greater Perth region. And in terms of when you're talking about top suburbs and stuff like that, like, we love information and educating people, and I've always been an advocate of, like, I don't mind sharing information with people. If they feel that they can go off and do it by themselves, all the power to them. If they find out that it's a little bit more difficult than it looks, then they always know where to come back. But if you're interstate right now and you're watching this and you think that after you've done a house and land or an established could be your next source, and you're in that sort of 450 to 550 bracket, look at suburbs like Butler, Clarkson, Alkimos, north of the river. Then south of the river, look at areas like Port Kennedy, the Rockingham region, Waikiki. Really good areas where the supply is quite limited, but the demand's high. And then the same things that you look for. We're talking about great community, great demographics, high owner occupiers, young families looking to build community, which will bring gentrification into those suburbs as well.
And what about people obviously wanting an existing home in Perth? You can help. Any other areas of Australia that you cover to help people who are looking to buy their own home?
It's Brisbane and Perth.
Brisbane as well?
Where we're based.
Excellent.
And Daniel Rich is our head of property over in Brisbane. And again, it's just 50 clients a year. It's all we do. We have no interest in being the biggest. We just want to be referred to as the best in the industry. And how we measure our success is by by what people watching and people that have invested through us have to say.
And I think with Heath, Jason and Daniel, you talk to the people that run the business and own the business. It's the same at Capital Edge. You're talking to AJ, you're talking to me. We've all been there. We have property. We love property.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at something existing in the Queensland or the WA market, please contact the team at You and Me, just to your website or...
Yeah, just You and Me, personalisedpropertyservices.com.au.
And hopefully they'll hear from you soon and we'll check in with you again on our next video from WA. Cheers.
Cheers.